Good morning, it's Dr. James. Hey, it's so good to see you this morning. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. And today, I am so excited to share with you something that came in just this morning. It was an email from one of our community members, someone that we love, someone that we're rooting for, who's really working on her self-care, and she's very committed to it. And this morning she wrote and she said, hey, James, I'm noting a correlation in some of my patterns at night. Every time I sit down to watch some of my favorite shows, I find myself wanting to binge eat. I'm finding myself kind of going, oh my goodness, I'm sitting down, I'm enjoying my television, I'm enjoying this particular show, and I can sometimes watch 2, 3, 4 episodes, but I'm enjoying the entertainment, but it's starting to leak into me finding myself going over to the kitchen and wanting to eat more and more. I'm finding myself binge eating at night. So I said, oh my gosh, that sounds very familiar to a study I just recently read, and I want to share this with you because if you are finding yourself going, every time I sit down for a little old media whether it's social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's the news, whether it's Orange is the New Black, or I don't watch television, so I've heard about these shows, and but here's what I want you to know: there is a correlation between binge television, or if you will, binge eating television, and eating more and more junk food. There was a study that was done. Oh my gosh, this is interesting. They talked about the fact that when we watch 2 to 6 episodes at one time, there's actually a likelihood that we are going to consume upwards of 25 to 30% more calories than we would have throughout the day if we did not watch that television. On top of that, this is where it gets really interesting and a little bit depressing. With each hour we watch, we increase the likelihood of feeling more sad and or depressed by 10%. Oh my goodness. Then I found another study. So if you're a person who loves to come home and get informed about the news, maybe you want to be reading it. Maybe you want to be finding a source that you can kind of go, okay, I'm going to have a thimbleful of news. I can be empowered. I can be informed. But I don't need to have a fire hose come in and just wipe me out and feel like, oh my gosh. Because it's interesting. Once you get into a story, you go, oh, I got to learn more about this. And as stress levels increase, it becomes very addictive. And if you find yourself you can't disconnect from the news and you find yourself wanting to learn more, even though it's not making you feel good and you already know enough, be careful. There's a physiological neurochemical response going on here that is very, very powerful and very hard to overcome. In fact, there's another study that came out from Osaka University. It was on 86,000 people. You're going to be blown away by this. 86,000 people for 18 years. It was actually presented at European Congress of Cardiology. And what they found out, that when people are watching more than 5 hours of TV a day, they actually increase their risk for dying by 2 times, literally double their increased risk for dying from a pulmonary embolism. Oh my gosh. So between watching TV and getting sad when you're watching all those episodes back to back to back to back, or you're finding yourself sitting down and kind of camping in for 3 to 5, 6 hours, but greater than 5 hours, you will increase your risk for dying from a pulmonary embolism by 2-fold. So, how do we overcome this? I say today, you and I create our own media. When you are most happy, what are you doing? I'd like you and I to say, I want to be a student of when I'm most happy, when I'm most alive, when I'm most powerful, and I'm most peace-filled. What am I doing? I'd like to say I'm fasting on generosity. I'm fasting on being grateful. I'm fasting on being outdoors, walking and connecting with nature, connecting with a loved one, my kids, my dog, somebody, or just my soul, connecting with the universe, connecting with God. Give yourself permission to binge on self-love. Binge on self-care, binge on generosity, binge on gratitude. Let that fill your windows. When you find yourself, gosh, I just want to sit down and hit that media button. I just want to, how shall I say, fall into that world of self-oppression. Be courageous and stand up and move away from the media and move into your heart. It can make a game-changing difference for your levels of serotonin, the way that your body creates or fights inflammation in a healthful way, but most importantly, how you become a beneficial, courageous presence on the planet. That's the media that the world wants to see, and I know that's what you want to see. So with that, let's go out there and crush some brand new media that's called self-love and self-care. Much love and many blessings. I wish you well, and thank you for being a great version of you. I love watching. See ya. Take care. Bye-bye.